episode of Miled Eats. I'm Miled and we'll be eating. And today we're going to be recreating a dish that me and my friends had a couple months ago at an Italian restaurant here in Philadelphia. It's called Little Nonna's, and they had the best meatballs we've ever had collectively. I think we all were amazed. I had never been there before. And so I sought to recreate them. I only used recipes available online and what we had at the restaurant, compared them, and oh my god, it was so good. So I hope you enjoy this video. Alright, firstly for the pork ragu, you're going to get some pork short ribs, pat them dry, and then season them with salt and pepper. Then in a large Dutch oven over medium-high heat, you're going to heat some olive oil, and then you're going to sear your pork. You're just going to sear them until they're brown on all sides. You don't have to worry about them being cooked in the middle. Then you're going to add 2 Italian sausages and also cook until they're brown on the outside. Once brown, take them off and put them on a plate and set aside. Then you're going to add 1 medium white chopped onion. Saute till the onions are translucent, then season with salt. Then you're going to add 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, chopped. Saute again until nice and fragrant. Then you're going to add 1 tube of tomato paste. Cook that out until it's a nice deep crimson color. Then add about a cup of water or wine if you have it. Let that simmer till it's been reduced by half, and add your fresh herbs. I used rosemary and bay leaf. Add 1 large can of San Marzano tomatoes, and then top with about 4 cups of chicken broth. Then add the pork and sausage back to the sauce, along with any accumulated juices. Then cover and let that simmer for 2 to 2.5 hours, or until the meat is very tender. Once the meat is nice and tender, pull it out of the sauce, and then using 2 forks or a fork and tongs, shred it completely. Then for the sausage, just slice them on the diagonal, and then add your meat all back to the sauce. Mix well, and let that simmer for another half hour. Then to finish it off, just rip up some fresh basil leaves and add them straight to the sauce. You can make this sauce the day before, or you can let it simmer on low heat while you prepare your meatballs. You're going to put 1/3 pound of veal, 1/3 pound of beef, and 1/3 pound of pork in a bowl. Add 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 1/3 of a cup of whole milk. Then you're going to grate half an onion into the mixture. Then you're going to grate 5 cloves of garlic as well. Then add about 2 tablespoons of chopped basil. Then add 1 tablespoon of anchovy paste. This is optional. Then you're going to crack 2 eggs into the bowl. There's no other way to do this than with man's greatest tool, so grab your hands and get in there. Make sure to mix everything nice and evenly so that the meatballs are as delicious as they can be. To assemble your meatballs, you're going to grab about 150 grams or a large handful of the meat mixture. Add a few cubes of fontina cheese, and then wrap the meat around the cheese mixture just like that until you make sure there's no cheese showing. If it does, it's going to leak out, and that's the last thing you want. Repeat the process until you have about 8 meatballs. Next, we're going to sear our meatballs. So you're going to heat up about 2 tablespoons of olive oil into a saucepan over medium-high heat. Add the meatballs when it's hot and fry them on all sides for about 3 minutes on each side, or until golden brown. Remove and let them drain on a paper towel for a few minutes, and then nestle them back into the sauce. Make sure they're almost completely submerged, then cover and let that simmer for another 30 minutes. And there you have it, guys. Meatballs in a pork ragu. Absolutely delicious. All right, and that is how you make fontina stuffed meatball. Now let's try this together. It looks so good. It smells so good. That is really good. Very moist and delicious, flavorful, tender. I love it. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it. And you can freeze these and use them whenever you want to. So I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments below. And I'll see you next time on Maled Eats.